Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at Shatter. This is one of the games included in the Humble Indie Bundle. Not a game that I would personally buy just on its own, but it's a nice deal sweetener when it's included in the bundle. So, we're going to go show off a little bit of story mode here. I've played a little bit of this game already, probably like 30 minutes worth. And people that are fans of like the really classic Breakout may not like this game because it has some gravity manipulation in it and some other stuff, which I'm going to show off just as soon as this loading screen's done. Or not. Okay. So a lot of the levels are actually from the side view like this instead of the traditional like top-down method, regular orientation method. But anyway, so as you can see, we've got a ball, pretty much classic Breakout style, but you've got all these little like S-type things you have to collect, and so you can click mouse 1 and it actually drags them towards you, but that doesn't just drag the little particles towards you, it actually drags your ball towards you as well. As you can see it kind of arcing here towards me. So you can also repulse things, and so like you can kind of manipulate, it's like you have a fan attached to your paddle here. So essentially what this does is like you can manipulate where your ball goes. I'm trying to like show this off. Okay, so see here I'm curving it. So that way, instead of like having to hit it every time, if you can get it like going back and forth, it actually does. Okay, so oh man, okay there, yeah, that's what I wanted to show right there. So you can actually get it going back and forth, and that's kind of cool. So I mean, I don't know this. So like anyone who's like a real purist probably won't like this game because it feels like you're cheating a little bit. You know, you just like, you know, I don't even necessarily have to use my paddle if you're good at just mouse 1, mouse 2. You don't need to touch the ball that often, so whatever, that's fine. I mean, it's pretty cool gameplay mechanic, my goodness. So there's also a bunch of multipliers and like power-ups and things like that, which, I mean, last time I played Breakout was at my grandparents' house because they had nothing else on their computer, so, you know, I don't really know what this industry has been up to lately, but hey, this game's actually pretty cool. There's actually some bosses in it and stuff, and, it's worth at least 30 minutes to an hour of entertainment, in my opinion. So, I mean, it's worth checking out. And like I said, it's part of the new Humble Indie Bundle 6. So, it's totally worth picking up because you get a bunch of other awesome games too. So, even if this game does not appeal to your fancy... Alright, let's get these things done. Even if this game does not appeal to your fancy... There we go. Okay, let's try and curve the bullets, as we learned is totally possible. Oh, come on. There we go. What's that movie called? Wanted? Yeah. Alright, teaching us about physics. The other thing is, like, some of the bricks are not actually stationary, they can move around, and so I'm hoping some of these bricks, it does not look like any of these bricks have that as the case. Okay, but you do see these arrow bricks here, like triangular ones, and when you hit them, they're kind of like a missile, so that's cool. Oh yeah, and there's also this, there's this bar at the top of the screen, you can see it's like pulsing, and it's orange right now. And what that's for is, I think it's primarily intended for fighting bosses, which I hopefully will show off after this level, I believe is the boss level. Could be wrong. But anyway, and so essentially it's like this barrage of fire that you charge up by getting these little S things. And so, I don't know how often that's supposed to be used. Like, it charges pretty quickly, so you can pretty much use it on every level, or at least every other level. But, I mean, it kind of feels like it breaks the game a little bit if you're just using it to break these bricks, which I'm gonna do because the boss seems way farther away than I thought it was, so. Alright, see, how do you do it? It's control, hit shift, okay, there he is. So, oh, those are protected. Okay, well, last time I used that, it seemed like it worked at least, I don't know. But anyway, you can see the bars recharging, and that's gonna, power us back up again, prepare for the boss fight. And, okay. I guess the other thing is it kind of spoils you that you have this, like, gravity manipulation thing where it's like, now I want the level to go faster, so I get this proper trajectory going on. Man, I'm just butchering the English language today, I apologize. Alright, but anyway, I like this one. This is my favorite power-up. It's like a circus kind of clown-looking projectile. I don't know, it makes me laugh. Anyway, so I hope boss fight, maybe? Not a boss fight, okay. Well, at this point, this is just like playing Breakout a bunch, so what we're gonna do is... I don't want to do any of those things. guess. Alright, we're gonna play this level, and if the boss level is not next, then, I mean, I bet you there was an option in that menu that said just go back to the title screen, but I can't read, so, you know, sorry. Anyway, yeah, the game's pretty fun. As far as, you know, Pong type games go, they've done a good job. It's really pretty. The background, this series of backgrounds has not been particularly exciting, but the next world has this like amoeba looking thing that moves around, and yeah, so I mean it's visually pretty nice, and I do like the mechanic of like this sort of fan thing you have going on inside of your little ship. Additionally, I mentioned before some of these blocks can like fall down on you. I guess they don't introduce that mechanic until like World 2 or Chapter 2, whatever they call it. But yeah, some of them can actually fall down and hit your paddle and knock it out. So not permanently, it just like bounces, and so you can't catch your ball when you're being hit. And so there's actually a shield that is this right here, so you can protect yourself from, you know, those and whatnot. Anyway, I really want this level to be over. So, see if we can do this. Okay. There we go. Good deal. See, and the nice thing is, like, the levels don't take that long. This is better than normal Pong in my opinion, just because you can actually, like, control way better how and where you're shooting, so it's like you can actually get that perfect shot, I guess, pretty much every time, or close to every time. So, anyway, like I mentioned, this game is not, like, groundbreaking, but worth taking a look at, and if nothing else, it's just something that, you know, if you have an unfortunate relative who brings, you know, their kids for Thanksgiving or something and you need to give them something to do, I guess this is an option. It's pretty straightforward, and I mean, it seemed to entertain me when I was at my grandparents' house back when I was a kid, so I mean, the powers of entertainment still probably exist today. I don't know, maybe kids are spoiled these days with, you know, iPods and iPhones and all that junk. But whatever, hopefully there's a boss fight. If not, we're just going to end this video right now because, okay. Alright guys, pretty much, I wanted to show off a couple other levels. Some of the levels have you in this circular pattern, not the blocks, but your actual movement is in a circle, which is kind of cool. And then there's bosses, which, as I mentioned before, you can use this sort of barrage thing. There we go. Hey, it actually works on this level. See, that's what I wanted to do earlier, is just, you know, destroy the level like that, because that's what I was saying, it feels broken a little bit, just because, you know, it just... Oh, and these blocks actually fall, so, like, watch, if you get hit... Yeah, okay. So, exactly, if you get hit by these, which they actually come faster towards you if you're using your vacuum cleaner on them. So there you go. Good, this video is actually much more of a success than I thought it was going to be. And I feel like, oh, thank goodness. So everything works out in the end. So here's a boss, obviously. I'm not charged up and ready to fight him, unfortunately, so what we're going to do is try to get past him, and you pretty much just try to get... Wow. Pretty much just try to get, like, to his purple area, because then you just collect a bunch of this power-up stuff from his body, I think. Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, cool. And then get a sweet power-up and get bashed in the face. And so now, basically, just as soon as we collect enough of this, what we're going to do is do that barrage thing I was just talking about. Alright, so let's do that. And it gives us some nice bullet time, and pretty much this is how the bosses are meant to be taken out, I think. Anyway, so, whoops. Awkward. Alright, so let's try that again. Anyway, this is kind of a cool mechanic of the game. It's not like... No, that's what I'm confused who this game is actually for, because it's kind of like Pong, but then it has a lot of elements that makes it feel like you're hacking. Because like traditional Pong, you can't control where your ball goes as much, or you just have to control it by your paddle. So it seems like there's less skill involved, but then there's these boss fights, and that... I don't know, it's an interesting concept, but... I don't know. I'm not exactly sure who the audience is that they were intending this game for, but it is fun. At least fun enough for a little bit. So hopefully this guy will die. There we go. Probably just shoot him again in just a second. Maybe not. Go. Go forth and bring me bounty. There we go. There you go. Alright. So, oh, that's not enough still? Come on now. Alright. This is the time. This is the time right here. We're just going to keep on keeping on, and we're going to get a 1-up, and then we're just going to crush face right here. Yeah, get some. Alright, so there you go. Got an extra life, killed the boss. Life's good. This has been Shatter, and go check it out if you want to. Oh yeah, bonus level. Let's do this too. So you get, this is actually the best part of the game in my opinion, just because it feels more like classic Pong to me. Basically, you're just trying to keep these guys on the screen as long as possible. Wow. As long as possible, and they speed up as you hit them. So I failed miserably there, but like this is actually my favorite part of the game because it's kind of like the classic, you know, Pong that existed a long time ago, and it's kind of like a good nostalgia feeling playing this part. So I really enjoy it. I don't think, yeah, your vacuum cleaner is turned off, and so you basically just have to try and survive. And essentially, what happens is this gets going super fast, and then it just gets like super heavy, I guess, because it just barely bounces off your paddle. Or at least that's what happened to me last time. Maybe there's different patterns it goes in. Like this time it's going like super far away, which is totally different. But anyway, pretty much, I don't know if, I was wondering if this is infinite also. Maybe there's like an actual limit. There it starts to do that business right there that I was talking about. Oh man. Alright, so, there you go. Quick look at Shatter. It's okay. I mean, recommend it to your, you know, Pong fanatic friends. And go check out the Humble Indie Bundle. So, see you guys next time.